heard my husband say, my wife is better at communicating how she feels. I think as women, we grow up with always being the ones that's depicted as sensitive, as vulnerable, as, knowing what we're feeling, because we have other people that can relate to us, that can share with us about our feelings, or help us identify what our feelings are. So when we enter into a relationship with our men and they're talking to us, a lot of times they may not know that feeling that they're feeling at that moment. That might be something new to them that they're not used to feeling. They may not even know how it feels to be loved, because they may never have been in love before. So if you're dating someone and you're pressuring them to basically tell you how they feel, they may not even know how to form the words to express how they feel. I know that I grew up in a household where my parents were not afraid to tell me how they felt. My father in particular, he was not afraid to tell us, me and my sisters, that he loved us. He showed us love through his actions. He spoke to us about his love to us. He took us out. So my father was very expressive about sharing his feelings as far as his love with us. And I give it up to my grandmother, because my grandmother raised my father as a single mother for almost 11 years until she married my step grandfather. But it was my father and his mother for a long time. And I'm pretty sure being raised by a woman helped my father learn how to communicate his love. And then being in a relationship with my mother, who was very vocal in communicating how she felt, also probably helped my father to be able to express his feelings. And I think a lot of times men may not know how to express their feelings because they may not feel like they're in a safe zone to be able to express their feelings. If you're in a place and you're trying to talk to someone, you're trying to communicate to them how you're feeling, but they keep coming to you in an accusatory tone, that is going to make you shut down. I know for me, I'm quick to get defensive when someone is trying to tell me something about myself, especially if they're trying to critique me, if they're trying to tell me something about myself. I'm quick to get like, first of all, and sometimes men may be like that as well if they don't feel like they're in a safe space where they can speak what's on their mind. We are taught that our men are to protect us and our men are to support us, but we're not taught to be able to be like, okay, our men can be more than just macho. They can express how they feel. They can express their love for us. They can express their voice to us. They can let us know how they feel without us judging. And I think a lot of times why men they opt out of the talking is because they feel like they're going to be judged for their thoughts. A lot of men, they would be more honest. You said you need to explain this to my woman sister. I think, a lot of times it takes listening. When me and my husband, we finally got to a place where I had to let myself, I'm very vocal. Sometimes women don't like men who show much feelings nowadays. First of all, any person that doesn't want to be with a person that shows feelings is stupid. Because when you get old, when all the physical stuff falls apart, you're going to need communication. You're going to need the feelings. You're going to need to know how you're feeling, what's going on. Like for me, I'm very vocal about how I feel. I will let you know how I'm feeling. I'll let you know what's going on with me, especially if I feel like I'm in a safe space to communicate that with you. And I feel like my husband has taken on that attribute of being able to communicate his feelings to me and letting me know how he feels. And I think it took a minute for him to be able to express himself to me because I made the space safe. I gave him a safe zone. Not only did I tell him, hey, I want to know what's on your mind. I want you to communicate with me. I want you to let me know how you're feeling. And I celebrated those times when he opened up to me. No matter how hard the conversation may have been, no matter how hard it may have been for him to tell me something that he felt I done to him, instead of bashing him for letting me know how he felt, I suck it up. I marinated on what he was telling me, and then I chose my words wisely, because it was important to let him know that he was in a safe space to be able to communicate his needs to me. Because if you don't communicate your needs, how do I know what you need from me? How do I know how our marriage can grow further? How do I know what we can do to move from the present to continue our successful future if I'm, as your woman, not creating a safe space for you to communicate your needs to me? You know, I'm not a mind reader. According to the Relationship Training Institute, on our topic of what women should know about men who don't talk, they say it's easy for a woman to get very frustrated when a man in her life when he just won't talk to me. But it's not always because he's cold or uncaring. Plenty of men either do not know how to share their feelings, they do not know what they're feeling, they do not know how to name the feeling that they're having, or they're afraid to show their feelings for fear of being vulnerable. The women who get this are better at getting through in their relationships. And I'm really sure, make sure you guys are sharing and you're liking. If you have a comment, make sure you're dropping it in the comment bar. If you agree with me, what are your stands as a man on maybe some reasons why you may not have been communicating in your relationship, or maybe some reasons on why you were not, sharing your feelings with your mate? I know, like I said in the beginning with my husband, I had to create a safe space for him to be able to feel comfortable to communicate his needs to me, to communicate how he was feeling, and knowing that I was not going to go on the defense. I was not going to attack him for feeling the way he felt, but just allow him to feel what he was feeling and be able to hear it out loud. So that way, and it wasn't that he was asking for me for a solution. He just wanted to know that what he was feeling, let me validate that as his woman. Let me support him in his feelings as his wife or as his partner, and let him know. Because a lot of times that's what we as women, we want to know. Not only are we